Chapter 7 A Stray from Sledge. The group reunited with Grenda and Candy after they finished up their costume contest, coming in second place. They were thankful enough they reached almost to the top rather than close to last place. The rewards they got are gift certificates for one location in the festival to enjoy themselves. After reuniting with the group, they found a location for all of them to enjoy. They took them to another trail with lights from above, just like the trail Pacifica and Wendy went through, but they witnessed a line almost moving faster than the one before. In fact, it's one of the best activities in the festival. Pacifica looked at her pamphlet to witness the activity she's getting herself into. Sled dogs, she said. Well, that's something. Trust us, you'll love it as much as we do, Candy smiled. Not gonna lie, if it's what I think it is, I'm gonna enjoy it, Melody replied. Hopefully it'll keep my mind off of what just happened, Wendy added. Candy and Grenda are still aware Wendy and Pacifica are hiding away from their families, but they wouldn't believe what really happened. It's either best to not know about it and hoping the sled dogs would cheer her up, or wonder if being with her could lead to a huge scene they're afraid to witness. The good thing is, the track for the sled dogs is far away from the festival, Candy said. You'll get a great view of the festival from up on the hills, Grenda added. So we're going up the hill, Pacifica smiled. That's some sightseeing experience. We don't have to ask that your parents never took you sightseeing since you once lived on the hills, Wendy commented. I will tell you we used to have a dog that we also sold months ago. Do you remember the dog's name? Soos asked. My parents were keeping me busy. I was only with my dog for Pineal Day and once in a while in the mansion. I will remember her name if I actually spend time with her. Did you spend your time with your pony before you sold her? Yes, it was more time than before, but all because I wasn't in the mansion. That pic of Mabel's. Pacifica remembered how she won a chicken while Mabel won waddles, but on the other hand, she and the group didn't know about the time travel situation Dippo and Mabel went through. I wouldn't be friends with it as much as I did with my dog. You're not really a nice animal person, are you? Melody said, catching on. Neither are my parents. I don't want to know what they really did to any animal they get their greedy hands on, Candy replied. At least, they will never get these dogs giving us a ride. After waiting in line, they witnessed the sled dogs appearing after taking kids and adults a ride on the track they ran on. The wires got off as the dogs were drinking water while they rested, along with other people taking their place. The dogs are Alaskan Huskies, who are not cute but strong enough to pull the sleds around the track. These dogs aren't something I've seen before, Pacifica commented. There are many breeds of dogs, Grenda smiled, including puppies, Candy added. Cool, I didn't notice these sooner, Wendy replied. I would have given these dogs a chance if I wanted one of them. You should. They're not a mouthful when they're really coordinated, Grenda said. Last year, they used to race like in the Olympics. You cannot imagine how much competition caused the festival to revert the original plans of no more races. I'm sure whoever was part of the race last year would want nothing to do with this place, Melody commented. I don't know if I say that person had the worst Christmas of ever, or the dogs didn't trust him enough, Wendy commented. Pacifica's thankful she never met any of these dogs, especially during the religious organization over the years. But for every year they come during the holiday season, she's aware at least one of them would recognize her for how smart they are if one person ever mentioned her name in front of them. Do you want me to be with you too? Pacifica offered. Yes, Candy smiled. It's our way of saying thank you for the fudge. And this could be our way to start our new friendship, Grenda added. I guess I'm having a team of Alaskan Huskies to myself, Wendy smiled. And we're gonna need more of them for our ride, Soos replied. I'm sure they can handle our weight, Melody spoke, but mostly yours. As the group got their chance to ride, Pacifica, Candy, and Grenda take their hold of dogs in the middle, while Soos and Melody take their hold on the left, while Wendy gets hers on the right. Pacifica holds onto Grenda from the back while Candy takes control of the dogs. As much as she wants to see what's in front of her when it comes to the ride, aside from looking in the left and right, she wants to prevent any contact from the dogs. You alright back there? Candy asked. Yes, I'll hold on as long as possible. Pacifica popped her head from Gwenda's left. Don't worry, if anything happens, we'll look after you. We promise it won't be an accident. Just hold on tight and you'll be alright, Grenda said. This is the closest you've ever gotten to having a reindeer give you a ride. Gravity Falls couldn't afford reindeers. Not really, they just wanted the dogs to do something. Fair enough. As they're all set for the ride, the woman in charge of the area opens the gate of the trail to be revealed. As she got out of the way, she gave the dogs and people the signal to start sledding. Wendy made a head start with Pacifica and her group followed, while Soos and Melody followed them from behind. The speed of the dogs was surprisingly fast, impressing Pacifica, as if she was going the same speed as she was inside a limo with her parents. But then again, she never rode any animal who had the strength to take her. She noticed that Wendy is speeding up with her dogs running thanks to less weight they're pulling. Man, these dogs can really pull and run, Wendy cheered. She experienced bumps all throughout the beginning of the trail, but that didn't stop her. She enjoyed it, in fact. Keep on bumping, it won't knock me off. She slightly hit the dogs with the whip once, but not intensely enough to have the dogs not trust her. It got to the point where thanks to the speed, she's farther away from her friends, taking off on her own. Wendy's really enjoying this. Candy watches Wendy disappearing from the distance. I'll have a hard time holding on to her for how fast she's going, Pacifica commented. That's the fun part. Grenda turns back. Come on, let's make the dogs run faster. Candy took out the whip and hit the dogs, causing them to go faster. Pacifica made sure to keep her grip onto Grenda at all times. The sled they took didn't have belts nor anything to keep riders on them. Despite trying to make the best out of it, it wasn't easy once she got faster. They took the first turn, which leads to the hills over Gravity Falls. Luckily for them, people put up lights to lead the way. The dogs slowed down the pace, but once they made it to the top, they regained their pace. But there was no sign of Wendy. Soon, Soos and Melody caught up from behind as they moved next to Pacifica and her group. Where's Wendy? Soos called. She's way ahead of us, Pacifica answered. She's definitely gonna pass other riders who are supposed to be further ahead. She'll still wait for us. I'm almost having a blast with this if I take control of the dogs, Melody smiled. If you didn't mention my weight being the problem, I wouldn't be so pushy to take control. If you probably went on a diet, you wouldn't have to deal with dogs carrying your sack of potato chips, Grenda taunted. I wouldn't bet on that. Your sack of ice cream wouldn't give the dogs every walkout. Really, Soos? Melody replied. Hey, I only eat ice cream twice a week, Grenda shouted. The dogs are fine, they're not struggling, Candy spoke. It's not like our weight has caused them to use confidence. Also, bragging against someone's weight isn't part of the Christmas spirit, Pacifica commented. Especially since Santa is, holly jolly, Soos guessed. Yeah, he is holly jolly. Like the five of us, including Wendy, Candy smiled. Upon reaching the cliffs, Pacifica, Grenda, and Candy witnessed the view of the Gravity Falls Christmas Festival. Thanks to the lights, it was a lot more beautiful with the view from above. Pacifica loved the view despite appearing close to the lights upon arrival. Grenda and Candy also loved the view. They did witness it in the past during their visits to the festival, but they couldn't get over how it made Christmas magical. I was wondering, Pacifica, Candy spoke as it caught her attention. Do you want to be friends with us? Pacifica sighed and relieved that Mabel's friends didn't forget about offering that request. I would, she smiled. Why would you instead of saying yes? Grenda wondered. I do want to say yes. It's my parents who'll get... She couldn't finish her sentence knowing how dead meat she'll be. In your way or not, it shouldn't stop us from becoming friends, Candy responded. Maybe later we'll give you a candy cane or two. It's the least we can do, but it's still in our Christmas spirit, Grenda added. But it's a shame Mabel won't be your best friend when you're not around. Pacifica lowered her head as they moved past the view from the cliff. She read a letter, including Dipper. I'm gonna be the only one who they're never going to see next summer. Candy and Grenda heard every word with it being true. They wished they could light up her spirit with the sled dogs, but she isn't like them in the current life she's in. Soos and Melody fell behind so they could witness the view, but they didn't miss the way Pacifica's feeling in front of them. If Wendy was with them instead of taking off on her own, she would have stayed with them to comfort Pacifica. We're going downhill, Candy pointed. You might want to hang on, Pacifica, Grenda added. Pacifica didn't respond, but still held on to Grenda tightly. Soos and Melody went back to Pacifica's side only to witness what's coming. Hope the dogs are fast enough, Soos commented. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. They went down the hill as the dogs kept their feet on the trail. The speed slowly picked up, and luckily the trail wasn't very slippery. Candy and Grenda focused on safely getting down the hill, and so did Soos and Melody. However, Pacifica only holds on to Grenda and nothing else. She wanted to enjoy the speed, but all she can think of is her future. She may spread happiness by ruining the floor and rug with mudded shoes in the mansion she used to live in, but she'll never have more of it due to her parents. Her depression slowly caused her to lose her grip, causing Grenda to take notice. Pacifica, hold on! Then the sled did a big bump, causing Pacifica to be launched out. Pacifica! Both Candy and Grenda reacted. Pacifica went off the trail while falling down the cliff. Candy and Grenda looked back while Candy went back to focusing on the hill. Soos and Melody didn't miss the bump that happened and the way Pacifica launched off. Soon, they reached down the hill as the dogs slowed down. So did the sleds. What are we gonna do? Grenda cried. She's toast if she can't find her way out. Don't panic, Melody replied. We'll let the people know about it ASAP. We can't wait when we're done with the sled dogs, Candy said. Someone by the gate will rescue her. We're gonna have to take Wendy's joy away in order to have Pacifica be rescued. But we're not leaving Pacifica behind, Soos commented. Her parents better not be in the woods.